Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 8/7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. You can find us streaming on both Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you would prefer. Feel free to comment or ask any questions you have in the chat as you feel like it. I'll do my best to keep an eye on those comment sections and answer your questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all of that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. An Ishpeming man has been arrested and charged for child sexually abusive activity and using a computer to commit a crime. 57-year-old Timothy Paul Rombach is charged with 10 counts of child sexually abusive activity aggravated and 10 counts of using a computer to commit a crime. Rombach was arrested following an investigation by the Michigan State Police. If convicted, Rombach faces up to 25 years in prison for the child sexually abusive activity aggravated and 20 years in prison for using a computer to commit a crime. He is set to appear for a preliminary exam on August 8th. The Michigan State Police now know the cause of a deadly house explosion. An 80-year-old Florida man was killed in Iron River in February. According to the MSP investigation, the explosion was inside the home. The report says it was a result of human intervention with unknown intent. The water heater and the stove were powered by natural gas. The MSP says gas flow rose significantly during the period of time in which the explosion occurred. Gregory Dierks had just moved into the home from Florida. 5 UP communities have a new network of first responders. Watisa provides services to champion. Let's try that video one more time for you guys. Watisa provides services to Champion, Ely, Humboldt, Republic, and Tilden townships. Each township agreed to pool together resources to get local first responders out to a scene before an ambulance can get there. Members of Watisa's board says the crew of 12 people and 2 vehicles has been able to get to most of the calls that have come in.
Takes out in Republic, we can wait 40 minutes to an hour to get an ambulance. And people are more reassured when there's someone there within 10-15 minutes of the call to at least assist them and help them.
Watisa cannot bring people to the hospital. Leaders in the organization say they hope to expand to be able to do so soon. And in continuing coverage, we have a TV6 Investigates follow-up. Tonight, the impacts felt in Ontonagon in the 100 days since the hospital closed. We first told you when the hospital closed in April how a group of state lawmakers, Ontonagon County leaders, and stakeholders were working to save it. Aspirus Health made an unprecedented decision in February to cancel expansion plans and instead close the county's only hospital in 60 days. County leaders say Aspirus has offered little communication, only saying in a statement in February that the hospital only served 1 inpatient per day. Now, more than 3 months later, county leaders have a committee working towards a solution.
An update on Aspirus Ontonagon Hospital, which ended its emergency services here back in April. I'm TV6's Vinny Lavia, and coming up, I explain the impacts felt since then.
Well, looks like we're having some issues with that video. We'll come back to that one if we can get those figured out. But for now, let's move on to our next story. Let me just get us situated here in our system while it's being a little goofy on me, of course, on this Monday. I guess everybody's having a few issues, even our technology. We'll just get caught up here and get right started in just a second with our next story. Here we are. Let's get going there for you guys. There we go. Now we're set. A Gladstone woman, thank you for bearing with me there for those technical difficulties. A Gladstone woman with a son in the U.S. Air Force is starting a support group for moms whose children serve in the military. The Blue Star Mothers of America organization has over 6,000 members and 200 chapters across the nation. Members include moms, stepmoms, and other female guardians of active duty, reserve, and veteran soldiers. Michigan currently has 15 chapters, but none in the Upper Peninsula. The organizer says UP military moms need support.
It was like the worst day of my life when he left on that bus to go to boot camp. Like, it was awful. And to be able to have somebody that I can call or to tell me what's going to happen, to help support you emotionally, and because it is a very emotional thing.
She says the chapter will also fundraise to support local military programs such as the UP Honor Flight. Looks like my machine has caught up to me finally. The Upper Peninsula Gem and Mineral Show is set to unite rock and mineral enthusiasts this weekend. The 48th annual show takes place this Saturday at the Ishpeming Elks Club. 60 vendors from all over the Great Lakes region will display their collections this year. There are also field trips Friday and Sunday and a guest speaker Saturday night at 7.
Vendors sell specimens from this area and beyond, as well as jewelry and other items they make. Clocks.
The family-friendly show runs Saturday from 9:30 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. Admission is free. And for our final story tonight, to celebrate the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris, Upper Michigan Today hosted its own version of the games this morning. Let's take a look. TV6 staff members from both our sales team and our news team joined the cast of UMT to compete for station bragging rights and UP glory in this year's UP Olympics. Try to say that 3 times fast. The team Salesforce One, Night News Ninjas, and Sunrise Slingers went head-to-head this morning at the TV6 station. The group played a variety of games, including track and field events, and what host Jason Coulter called the Party Special. The teams competed for gold, silver, and bronze medals with real prizes. To watch the whole competition, go to uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. You can also find a full collection of those videos on the TV6 YouTube page. And that's all the stories we have tonight. Thank you all for bearing with me on these technical difficulties we had tonight. It definitely was a Monday. Well, if you see something happening in your area that you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom. And again, you can contact us at any time. We would love to hear from you and what's happening in your community. I'll see you again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But first, you can find TV6's Mandy Koskela and Michael Sobek streaming from the TV6 Facebook page every weekday morning at 8:45 Eastern Time. They'll be recapping top headlines from the morning on their show, Beyond Your Morning News. Until next time, and hopefully next time with no technical difficulties, I'm Molly Birch, and thanks again for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a great rest of your night.